Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Ayush the Filmy Bookworm, and today I'm going to review a series which has literally taken the nation by storm in this otherwise gloomy situation of lockdown. Yes, you all are correct. I'm going to review about Family Man Season 2. Now Family Man Season 2 stars Manoj Vajpayee once again, Priya Mani, Shari Bhashmi, Dalip Tahil. They all are kind of recurring characters from season 1. Also Sharath Kelkar in a special appearance. Along with that, we have got some really talented actresses and actors from down south, led by Samantha Akineni as the main antagonist, Raji. I'm not giving a spoiler. That it's established that she is the main antagonist right from the word go, along with Mime Gopi and a few others. Now I come to the storyline of Family Man Season 2. The storyline of Family Man Season 2 is not much different from the storyline of Family Man Season 1 as far as Shrikant Tiwari, the main protagonist's personal life, is concerned. He is kind of caught between his job and his family life. The difference is here he is shown to have left Task, which is a wing of NIA, and he is very much into a corporate job because he wants to lead a risk-free life. He wants to be a family man and he wants to devote more time to his wife and children. But situation demands him, a situation arises in the nation which demands him to leave this job, which he was anyways kind of detesting, and he joins Task once again. And how he kind of foils an assassination plan of the Prime Minister, shown as a lady here named Basu, and how he foils the plan of government in exile from a neighboring nation is what this series is all about. I'm not going to give any more spoilers regarding that. Now let's talk about what I liked in the series and what I didn't like in the series. Let's talk about what I actually liked in the series. First of all, it's an extremely well scripted series. I mean, each of the episode is like around 40 or 45 minutes long, but still you don't feel bored at all. You don't feel as if you are kind of not into the plot, or you are kind of losing the plot somewhere as an audience. No, it doesn't feel that way. It's a very engaging plot, and it's a very complicated plot but narrated in as simplistic way as possible, peppered with a lot of humor, peppered with a lot of action and a lot of good performances, which brings me to the second merit of this series, which are really good performances from most of the cast members. I loved Manoj Vajpayee's performances in almost everything he does, but I'm saying this in an unbiased manner. This is one of his finest performances till date. If he was really good in season 1, he just smashes it out of the park in season 2. His vulnerability, his anger, his wacky sense of humor, his awkwardness in front of his wife or in front of his children, all have been portrayed by this extremely talented actor with equal panache. He was really good in the series. Watch out for him. As the anguished wife, as the wife in Dilemma, is really efficient. So are the kids who are playing children of Manoj Vajpayee, especially Ashlesha Thakur as Dhriti is really good, and the kid Atharva is also very cute and very good. Sharath Kelkar in a small role is very good, but the highlights, if I say the highlights of the performance of Shari Bhashmi, now this actor never ceases to surprise me. He's so good in everything he does. I mean, I have seen some of his films or series like for the past 3-4 months or so on OTT, and I'm getting impressed every time he's coming on TV screens, cell phone screens, because obviously movie halls are closed now. So he's impressing me every time he comes on the TV screen or cell phone screen. I saw another film of his called My Client's Wife, where he was equally good, if not better. But here also is really good. His comic timing is spot on, and you'll find him to be a real cutie pie when he's falling in love. Yes, he falls in love here. With whom and how, I'm not going to tell you that. You'll have to watch the series for that. Another one obviously is Samantha Akkinen. Now I am a huge fan of Samantha Akkinen, even she was Samantha Ruth Prabhu. I have been following Telugu and Tamil films of her since a long time actually. And but she was mainly cast in glamorous roles. She was mainly cast in roles, which kind of suits her urban personality. This is the first time probably when I saw her in this kind of an avatar, and what a performance it was. Many people are calling the performance to be a little overhyped, but I would disagree with them. Many of them are my good friends, but I would disagree with them because she is playing a guerrilla warfare specialist terrorist, and their biggest trait is the paucity of expressions, because they become numb, they are brainwashed, they're almost like zombies whose eyes are just set on one mission. And Samantha Akkinen kind of controlled her expressions throughout the series. Now, controlling your expressions yet conveying 1,000 words through your eyes is not at all an easy job, and she did it with so much of ease that I'm forced to say this, but I honestly think that the Telugu film industry did not use her latent talent to its full potential. That's what I really felt. She's so good in this series that you just can't take your eyes off her, and her fitness, her agility. I was discussing this with a friend of mine that is there anyone in Bollywood, or for that matter, is there anyone in my mother tongue Bengali film industry who could have done justice to such kind of a role? Believe me, not a single name came up in our minds. We were in unison that only she could have played this role, and she is really the one to watch out for in this series. The biggest takeaway from this series is Samantha Akkinen. Kudos to her. Another thing I really liked about its script is that it's very realistic, and it shows the kind of plight of officers who are in such missions. Another very strong point of this series, which I found it to be a strong point actually, is the way the chase scenes and the action sequences, the operation sequences have been executed. Trust me, they're straight out of a Hollywood film. At least in my overall experience of watching so many web series on Indian platforms, I haven't seen such a slickly executed action sequence or chase sequence in my life. There's a particular sequence which I loved, is when they capture one of the terrorists in a lodge. It's so effortlessly shot, and it's so well shot that you wonder whether it's an Indian web series or not. It's so good, and the technical crew deserves a huge pat on the back for that. I don't know whether any of them would watch this video of mine. My channel is not that big now, but if anyone watches it, I just want to congratulate the entire technical crew of The Family Man from an audience's side. It's really good. Now, a series is not without its imperfections. A film is not without its imperfections. So this series has also got a few negative points, but they are very few and far between, but I think I need to discuss them. So here goes the negative points of the series. The first negative point, in my opinion, actually, is the long conversational scenes in Sri Lankan or Sinhalese Tamil and Tamil language. Now they have put subtitles which go in sync with the dialogues they're speaking on screen, but then most of us Indians are not too fond of watching a subtitled version. We are used to watching dubbed version, or we are used to someone translating those dialogues on screen only. I mean, they are using some pretext and translating those dialogues or those conversations. We're not very much in favor of subtitling it. So people, because the reasons, many of my friends, many of my relatives have given me, that they get so much engaged in deciphering the subtitle and relating it, that they don't even watch the protagonist's reactions, or they miss certain key sequences and key aspects in some scenes. So they are distracted, in short. So for them who don't fancy their films to be with subtitles, they might find this to be a major demerit, because they will get distracted. Second demerit of this series I found were that there were two in particular, two tracks which I thought were quite unnecessary in an otherwise flawless narrative. One is the track involving Shrikant and his young boss called Tanmay Ghosh, and how he brags himself, how he bullies Shrikant, and how he brags about his achievements. Well, I also laughed at those scenes, and I also liked the minimum man dialogue. But when I completed the series and I was analyzing it in hindsight for the review, I found that track to be quite unnecessary. It was as if the director thought that the series is getting a little too serious, a little too dark, so let's use it as a comedy device and incorporate it in the screenplay. So they looked a little out of place to me, to be very honest. The second track which I didn't like that much, many might not agree with me, but I didn't like the return of the character of Sharat Kelkar in Priyamani's Wife. It became like cyclical, and the thing which ended in the first season, it again began in the second season. Granted that Sharat Kelkar is a very popular face and he's a very, very good actor. I really like him. But his return was not at all necessary to the otherwise taut screenplay. His return kind of dilutes the impact. They could have easily shown that Suchi, Priyamani's character, is having some other problem with Shrikant. But this inclusion of this track doesn't hold any meaning for me at all, because both of them lack zero chemistry, both of them look awkward on screen, and they don't contribute to the storyline much. Another negative point, I won't call it a negative point, but a small blemish, I would say, since the overall series is so good. Another track which I didn't fancy much is the track of Dhriti and her boyfriend Kalyan. I thought that it's a little too predictable, although it's very instrumental to the overall storyline of the series. But I thought that all in all, it was very predictable and hackneyed. And we have seen this kind of a relationship, and its culmination can be easily guessed by cinephiles like me, or for that matter many in India, because we have seen so many this track in so many Bollywood films and so many regional films. So it's just a minor blemish, although it has been handled pretty well by the directors. So other than all these, I didn't find any other demerit in this wonderful series. Let me quote something, okay? I think I have devised it, and I think all of you who have seen the series would agree with me, and all of you who are going to watch the series are going to agree with me for sure, that slickness, thy name is The Family Man season 2. And wait, season 3 is also coming. The last around 5 minutes of the last episode would definitely convey the message. So on that note, I would like to end my review. If you liked it, comment. If you didn't like it, please do comment in the comment box, and please do like, share and subscribe my channel for more reviews and views. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye bye.